become affliction. The more we get oppressed, the more we multiply. The more we multiply, the more we wake the tribe. Through much tribulation, we gon' come alive. He gon' get us out of Egypt, y'all, second time. Word hit my head, I got blood on my mind. He said no players by the blood, we alive. We keep these laws, we escaping that fire. Esau is falling while Jake on the rise. When judgment's in the earth, then they gon' learn righteousness. We telling you, you chosen, nigga, why you fighting this? It's in your DNA, get ready for enlightenment. You the light of the world, wake up, we were sent. They say Messiah is an idol. That idol got me running to the Father laws. No fruits up in my spirit, I was going off. Casting stones at my people like I'm perfect, y'all. They sending doctrines at me, but I promise it won't move me. On the phone, chopping scripts up with Mikael and Tuvi. The inside of this cup clean from before and just use me. I was made up in your image, do what you want, I'm abused. These dry bones waking up and it ain't nothing they can do. Revelation 2 and 9, Ashkenazi, not a Jew. Some Gentiles waking up like, but we gon' learn too. It ain't about us, it's about you. Hallelujah. Lost up in this world we never knew, yeah. Breaking all these laws, we went too far. Measure out the earth, you the ruler. Hallelujah. Lost up in this world we never knew, yeah. Breaking all these laws, we went too far. Measure out the earth, you the ruler. Hallelujah. Lost up in this world we never knew, yeah. Breaking all these laws, we went too far. Measure out the earth, you the ruler. Hey, hallelujah. Lost up in this world we never knew, yeah. Breaking all these laws, we went too far. Measure out the earth, you the ruler.
Welcome to the Hebrew state of being. I am your humble servant and host for tonight. I am Kayel. Yes, I got my rib in the building. The young one is down and sleep. Yes, getting ready for the big day tomorrow for school. So, we got to have order in the house, right? Kids can't perform well in school if they don't get a good sleep. Kids can't grow well if they don't get a good sleep. So, as parents, man, it may be hard to tell our children to go to bed or tell them no in any form or fashion, but it is what the Most High requires for them to be functional adults. Maybe we have more parents that were more structured. Our society wouldn't look the way right now with the adults that we have running the place right now, right? It's just a thought, you know what I'm saying? So we are, starting off our show tonight is cultural appropriation, and waiting for everybody to get in and trying to check all devices, see how things are going. Yes. Yes, there we go. So, as we are in this times, right? In these, I don't know, I guess you call it perilous times. I see my brother Adon popped on over here, so I guess you couldn't see it at all on the Facebook. I tried something a little different tonight. Um, so, Aaron, let me know what happened. Are you able to see anything on the Facebook feed? Because I'm doubling up on it. Check it out right now. See what they saying over there. It was delayed. All right, all praises. All right, long as it's going, because it's not really showing me anybody over here on what I'm seeing on my feed. Normally, I will have some things will show up, but that's all good. We got a great lesson for tonight. Um, real slow, guys. Give me a second. There we go. Just wanted to see. They got both lives going, baby. Ain't neither one of them going the way they should, though. Say that. All good. I see my buddy Juan's in the building. See the rib came in the building on that one. Yeah. That's it, guys. You got two options tonight to check out the live. You got on my page, you got this one, and then you got the one where I'm going directly live to the page, which should be no glitching. Yeah, which is not glitching. So if you are having issue with the glitch, you can go back to my page and you'll see another live that's going on. Um, and you can get on there and the glitching will be off. Until then, right now, I am going to go back to the one that has the screen. Yep. So I can see you guys' comments. You know what I'm saying? So forgive the glitching. Like I said, I can see your comments in this portal. If you switch over and see me straight like Aaron has done, um, I can see that as well. So we got it going. So there's two different ways y'all can check it, and then you can always go on YouTube, or you can go to our other Instagram, our Hebrew State of Being Instagram feed right now, as you will see underneath my information. Right, so right underneath you'll see the different platforms that we're on, and you can get this information. So all praise unto the Most High. Right, so. Now that we got all of that out, I see DJ Frank and Nitty. Oh, my brother Frank Nitty's in the building, man. All praises, my brother. Man, y'all don't know how far me and Frank Nitty go back. That's my ock right there. So let's go, man. So man, y'all don't know, but tell you how far me and Frank Nitty go back. Frank Nitty. Y'all always hear on the radio somebody then called up and asked to marry somebody. Yeah, Frank Nitty did that for me about 20 some odd years ago. You know what I'm saying? Did the whole thing, my brother. So let's get with it, right? So we're talking about attitude tonight. There are so many things going on in this world that are being diversions, that are being distractions, and it is altering our attitude. This Babylon is altering our attitude towards each other, towards our family, towards anybody that has a different ideology, a different way of thinking. I wanted to be clear here because many times people get on YouTube and they put in Hebrew and they'll get a camp that'll show up. That's really the reason why I do this show. Not that I have anything disparaging to say about camps, but people need to understand that there is an entire different way of doing it than the way that the camps are doing it. Because the camps have given a bad name, because these camps are in listed on the hate group watch and whatnot, that people may and often do get confused with what a Hebrew is. Well, I see in the building Chanel. So here we're dealing with on cultural appropriation, on Hebrew state of being, what we're dealing with is what is our attitude, because America's attitude, Western Hemisphere's attitude, United States attitude is that you have to fall in line with them and you have to think the way that they do and follow their doctrine. The Most High, and no, I'm not going to say and. I see you in the building with me, brother. I need you tonight. Let's go. I can completing a life circumstance. What? So haven't been able to, but I need to listen to some substance. All praises. I'm so glad you're in tonight. And if it glitches up for you too much, love, we got another one. Yes, you can share it more than once. I got two lives going on. This one kind of glitches, but this one allows you to see the scriptures. The other one that we have going live is just straight my face. But I want to be able to bring you guys the scriptures so that you can read it for yourself. So you're not just taking it from me. But do not worry about the glitches. It will catch up. And we got everything you need tonight, sister. You got everything you need tonight, love. So no, don't worry, because we're talking about attitude and we're talking about the adjustment of our attitude in order to truly be a Hebrew. Because the Most High does not want us to go and speak and try and to convert people that don't want it. The Most High is clear that there are entities that hate him. It is only human beings that want to have the attitude that everyone has to love them, everybody has to like them. So therefore, their creator, their God, everybody has to like him. So that means that he is now in a popularity contest. The Most High is not in a popularity contest. His attitude and his attitude for us is, hey, if those people don't want to get knowledge, if they don't want to recognize the information and the love that is being put forth, if they don't want to do that, right, then you need to dust your feet and walk away. It is only through the Christian crusades, it is only through the Islamic caliphates where you had people in the name of the Creator go to kill other people to make sure that they bow down to their God. That is not the attitude of a Hebrew. That is not the attitude. That is the attitude of Western civilization. That's the attitude of Christianity. That's the attitude of Muslim. That's the attitude of any cult, of any whatever that wants to be number one. You see, they want to be number one. I see Big Chief is in the building. See, you have people that want to be number one, and they're talking about what number one should be. Well, very rarely, let me give y'all a news flash. Very rarely does the employees like the boss. Very rarely does all the tribe like the big chief. It's just what it is. See, when you got one person in position that's the leader, everybody else either wants to be the leader, or they want to tell the leader how to act, or they want to tell the leader what he should do. The Most High knows he created everything. The Most High does not need anyone to tell him that he has the ball in his hand. It is these false religions and these false doctrines and the false attitude of human beings. It is the geopolitical attitude. That's why you have the UN. That's why you have the conflict happening in Russia and Ukraine. That's why you have the conflict between Hong Kong and China, the conflict between China and Taiwan. That's why you have issue. You have what they did, the Christians did with them diverse when they divided up the entire world by slave masters. The Portuguese, Spanish, Christians, English. It is of mankind to want to convert, to change to alter somebody else to bow down to them because they want to be like the Creator, which all living things, all luminaries, all hearts, all souls, all emotions bow to. Whether you like it or not, the fact of the matter is, the Most High's attitude isn't, I'm going to run after you. Most High is not running after anybody because the Most High understands that you have to come back to Him no matter what. Why run after you when in your death you are judged by me? You can go as far as you want to go, but you got to come back here. Why would that person that knows that run to you? You are of error. You are of following false doctrines, false gods, false geopolitical positions, wanting to be a Democrat or a Republican, understanding that one's the left hand, the other's the right hand of the body of Hashatan, the evil government that oppresses you. But you want to choose between a Democrat or a Republican. You want to choose between the yump up and the by dum dum. You want to choose between a donkey and a horse. Thinking that a donkey or a horse is going to help you, or the leaders of those donkeys and horses. At the end of the day, the only thing that can save you ain't gonna run after you. In fact, the scripture says your attitude should be one to seeking Him. Actually, the scripture says your attitude should be one of humility. We have a shortage in humility in our communities, in our homes. There's a lack of humility. And it reflects and reverberates throughout the world. And now the world has a lack of humility, and everybody wants to do as thy wilt. Your attitude, the reverberation of do as thy wilt. A man walks up and smacks another in his face. I don't care how you feel about it. I'm just talking about you can understand that the household is spilling out into the world. The reverberation. When you understand that after COVID, there was a spike of violence and kidnappings and raping soon as the people could get out, iniquity got out. So when the people were locked in for COVID, crime went down, the earth atmosphere improved. They showed reports of places that were once smogged when COVID shut them down. After 6 months, the air started to clear. 6 months, 3 to 6 months. The attitude should be understanding that the only locus in this on this earth is man, and it's man's attitude. Because at one time, man and the earth walked hand in hand. At one time, man and the Most High walked hand in hand. At one time, man and Eve was a perfect trinity. The Most High, Adam and Eve. Then the Most High departed. Adam and Eve had children. They became a trinity. Ooh, trinity. That's real big in the Christian doctrine. It's real big in the African doctrine. Osiris and Tammuz and all of that jazz. The Trinity has been something that these doctrines and religions have used to alter our attitude, to change our attitude from humility and understanding that our Creator was something that we could not replicate on this earth, and then thought that we could. Created false gods with the help of fallen angels, which were the creations of the Most High as well. So if man shut indoors within 3 to 6 months, you can see an improvement globally, not in a city, but globally. You can see the earth replenish itself. Then one has to deduce, one has to surmise, one has to put 2 plus 2 together and say 4 says that mankind is the only thing that's destroying the earth. That means that we're not walking with the earth. That means we're not walking with the Most High. That means we're not walking in unison with our rib. That means we're not walking in unison in our families. We're not walking in unison in our community, in our society. So there's no respect for man. There's no respect for life. Our attitude. Our attitude. It can seem so small. Your attitude. How could your attitude dictate your success? How is it that your attitude can dictate how you see the world? How is it that attitude can dictate who is around you and who is not around you? How is it that I can directly connect attitude to energy? Is it that hard to connect attitude and energy? If my attitude is positive, isn't my energy positive? If my attitude is angry, isn't my energy negative? Isn't my attitude a reflection of my energy? Attitude, as we're told in high school, with the pom poms and everything, that attitude is everything. But they meant that attitude towards the American dream, attitude towards the American government, attitude towards the status quo of society, attitude towards slavery, attitude towards what they call civilization. Your indoctrination, your entire school, your entire indoctrination, your entire school, your entire schooling from the time you're in kindergarten in America is the indoctrination so that your attitude is adjusted to be a good American, to know civics, to know the history of every conquest that America has done, so that you can have pride in your country. That's your attitude. Your indoctrination that slavery was a bad thing, but it was necessary because everybody was doing it all over the world, but didn't tell you that there's a difference between chattel slavery and indentured servitude. They don't tell you about Bacon's Rebellion when they decided that any white woman that was with a black man or an aboriginal man, that she was now a slave and that her child would be a slave until the age of 20. They don't give you that in the education when they tell you in your Sunday school for your indoctrination, for your attitude, when they tell you that to be docile to your master, that they're saying that they are your master. When they tell you that the Vatican and the Pope is Jesus Christ, their image of a blonde-haired, blue-eyed human being that did not exist in the Middle East at that time, nor did the letter J exist at that time. I see Shazam in the building. But they gave you this indoctrination. They gave you this attitude adjustment. And I'm saying to you that that attitude is one of get down or lay down. That is Abide by our law or we'll kill you. Rock with the system or we'll imprison you. Rock with the system or we'll put you on a reservation. Oh, no, no, no. You got to rock with the system to be on a reservation. So if you don't rock with the system, it's death, smallpox, kill all the buffalo. No, the Hebrew attitude is not the same as the camps. No, the Hebrew attitude is not the same as the world. The Hebrew attitude is not the same as Judeo-Christian. The Hebrew attitude is not the same of Muslim. The Hebrew attitude is not the same of Buddha. The Hebrew attitude is not the same of Zoroastrian. The Hebrew state of being is of the Hebrew attitude that was given to us by Jeremiah, by Ezekiel, by uh, Amos, by Samuel, and that is dust your feet off with the ones that don't want the truth. Give wisdom and understanding to those that seek it. Because we all know at the end, like our Creator, they all have to come back to us. Now, many, before I get in the scripture, because I can hear the cynicism and the sarcasm of, oh, y'all looking up to the sky waiting on the return. That's where y'all at. That y'all might be waiting for Anlil Inky. Y'all might be waiting on aliens to come. What y'all waiting on to come? See, again, that goes to the attitude of the original, the seed of Jacob, the Judah, the scepter, Yahudah. Our attitude is not that we are waiting. We are preparing ourselves. See, there's a difference from waiting and preparing. Big difference from waiting and preparing. See, we understand that the Most High says that when He comes back, there is no conversation, and we won't know the day or the hour. So ain't nobody waiting. You feel what I'm saying? We're not waiting for something that we don't know when it's gonna happen. We're not sitting there with a carrot in front of us and we're the donkey. No, the Most High says that what I want you to do is to prepare yourself for the heavenly glory that I have for you by having the Ten Commandments, by being an example in this world, by standing on my truth and seeing the rest of the world through you, see that my truth is true. Through you, my truth will be shown to be true. I don't want to confuse y'all. I don't want to make this too many steps for y'all. I want you to understand, just like we're talking about a Trinity, what a Trinity is, the Most High sends you to stand on His word. Trials and tribulation comes. Most High and you. You stand on the Most High. He shows everyone around you, which is the third party, which makes the Trinity, shows them that His truth is true through you and that they can have the same truth. They can stand on the same rock. They can be the same house that's set on the hill that you cannot hide if they come through the Most High. See, that's the same story that they gave you with Jesus. But then they had to make Him a demigod and say He came and rose from the dead and all these things and make Him blue eyes and blonde hair. And they, see, but the premise was a truth. The devil cannot create anything. The devil only duplicates and tries to get you to forget what the truth is or not see what the truth is. The devil cannot create anything. The Most High creates all originals. That's why the devil can't claim that he made you. You ain't never heard the devil say he made mankind. Tell me in what doctrine that you heard Lucifer say that he created man. You don't. What you hear, which is a separate story, is the Enlil and Enki that was in Sumeria before the Chaldeans, before Nimrod and them came. The ones that they say came down from whatever with the cuneiforms and say that they made men to be their slaves to mine their gold. That's the only other creation story you have. That these fallen angels they call aliens came down and altered man and made him work for him as a slave, and they had kings for 20,000 years and 40,000 years, and all of this, right? But that ain't us. I'm telling y'all that might be true, but that ain't us. And according to our book, it absolutely is true. But it's the fallen angels. It's the opposite of us. They are the ones that want to make everybody convert to them. The Most High says, I need not convert you, I created you. I don't need to convert you, I created you. Let's get to the first scripture, man. Let's really understand the attitude. And I'm gonna tell you, these scriptures that the Most High gave, it's not gonna be what you think. It wasn't what I thought when I went to put this together, right? So this is what he gave me. So Proverbs chapter 15, verse 13. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 13. And it says, a merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of heart the spirit is broken. When we're talking about the attitude that we're supposed to have in this hour, as we watch the shenanigans and the craziness of the world, be it in social media to it being in geopolitical World War III, whether it be in your own home or on your job or in your company, we are seeing the madness. What is your attitude? Because understand, everybody that's in madness, their attitude is that everybody should see the world the way that they see it. Everybody that's in madness thinks they have the answer, but it ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. Nobody says the Most High is the answer. If that it was so, then they wouldn't be in the madness. Get it? They're only in the madness because they want to go back to what they call the norm, when the norm is an oppressive society. They said my brother and I took this high road when it was upon me. I had to go in looking, walking, and talking like I am of the great I am. This was not a group of personal peers. Right. This walk is not about sleepovers and pajama jams, you know what I'm saying, and kumbaya grabbing everybody. This is not what this walk is about. Everybody ain't gonna make it. All right? Everybody's not gonna make it. When the Most High taps you, be of joy. As it says here, your spirit should be of joy when the Most High has tapped you. Your attitude should be that I am thankful that I am not caught in the madness. That I understand that the Most High has me and will cover me through whatever. That everything He's doing over there is for my good. My attitude is that everything from the Oscars, everything to Putin and Biden, everything to China and Taiwan, everything that is disrupting from the volcanoes to the earthquakes is for my good. The Most High is doing it for me to break these systems so that His people who knows His law can institute His law. We can't institute the Most High's law when we're still under the American law. Oh, did you get it? Have y'all heard about the Noahide laws? This is what the people that are in the synagogue or of the synagogue of Satan is proposing and has had approved in the UN since George Bush the first, since George Herbert the Bush. This Noahide laws, and it says that when all governments break down, that we should fall into Noahide laws. They're saying the laws that Noah brought forth is what they're saying. They're trying to go before Moses. You get it? They're trying to cut out Moses and the seed of Moses. They're trying to cut out the fact that the Most High gave the tablets to the 12 tribes. They are trying to say that through Noah, they are of Noah because Noah was the seed of all children. I want y'all to understand what is happening to y'all. Why these people are going crazy. Understand what is really happening underneath. You have the Khazarians that already have in the UN and signed off by our president, every president since George Herbert Bush on Education Day, that the United States, in case of all breakdown of government laws and a crazy day, that they will subvert to the Noahide laws. And the Khazarians connect themselves to the Most High's people through Noah by saying that since Noah and all mankind was killed in the flood, and even though they know Noah was black, they know Japhet was black, they know that Ham was black, they know that Shem was black. They understand all of that. But they saying since they come from and married into that, that since they can be accounted as coming from, well, I got this little mosquitoes trying to fly around. Yeah. Since they have woven into the society that they want to go back to those laws and not Moses' laws because Moses' laws put us with the scepter, Judah. See how tricky that is? See how conniving Hashatan, the devil, can be? They have read all of these scriptures. They know what we know. In fact, you might as well say that we Johnny come lately to the party. This awakening that Daniel spoke of, that's been prophesied, that everybody's going through right now, that's what make us Johnny come lately. We started the party, got messed up, went into slavery. People took our identity, kept the book, changed it, and altered it for all their good. And now at the end, as the book prophesied, as we're waking up, we're seeing the lies. We're seeing and playing catch up to the game. They've spent all these years we've been in slavery preparing for this moment that we will wake up. That's what most of y'all don't get. As everybody's fighting for their 40 acres and a mule, as everybody wants their Escalade and an acre. Everybody wants their 350 grand or their 450 grand. They're not thinking about what the Most High said would be our portion. Verse 13 of Proverbs chapter 15, when we're talking about our attitude, knowing that all things are being done for us. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of heart is the spirit broken. So no matter what's going on, we should have a merry heart with the Most High. We should make cheer in our hearts. And I'm going to go to the next one, verse 14. It says, the heart of him that hath understanding and seek knowledge, but the mouth of fools feedeth on foolishness. That's deep. It's speaking about what just happened this weekend. It's saying that the ones that understand it seek knowledge. Even when we're talking about this fiasco that happened, anybody that understands knowledge understands the Most High. And I'm just saying knowledge because that's just such an arbitrary, vague statement. Anyone that understands the Most High and his prophecies will see what happened and know what it was. They're not going to sit there and talk about it all day about what I would do if I was that. If it was me, if I was him, what this should happen, that should happen to him. No, your conversation would be, you know that was staged. Your conversation would be, you see this as a diversion. And then you will get back to the fact of who we are as a people, seeking the Most High, and say, okay, that was a blurb. That was silly. I see everything is falling into And then you keep on going. See, for the ones that have knowledge, we see it and know what it is. For the ones that are foolish, they're feeding on it. They're feeding on it. Yep, the ones that don't know, it is rough. Let's go to Psalms. Psalms 51. And we're going to drop down to verse 17. Uh, I spelled it wrong. Psalm 51, and we're going to drop down to verse 17. And it says, the sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit. Ooh. The sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O Most High, thou wilt not despise. So let's get context. Let's go to the verse above, right? Now let's go to 15. O Most High, open my lips, and my mouth shall show forth thy praise. So we just came out of Proverbs, and Proverbs said that give cheer. The ones with understanding give cheer. And here it says, O Most High, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall show forth praise. See, that's the attitude that we're supposed to be having in this hour. I don't care what it is. When you get mad, when you get upset, you should start giving praise. Not that you are some old holy roller that just came out of the Baptist church. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about putting your armor on. I'm talking about giving praise to the Most High because you know something, not because you're waiting for something. You're giving praise because you know something, because you know you have the victory, because you know there is this foolishness, and you know foolishness will not last in His kingdom. So I'm giving praise because I'm giving praise of the victory to come. Verse 16, for thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. My brother called me the other day and was asking about the sacrifices, right? And as I expressed, and it says here, the Most High did away with the sacrifices. So when we got Passover coming up, and people want to do the ritual or the rendition or the reenactment, right, of slaying the lamb. Like I'm gonna eat lamb, right, on Passover. That's gonna happen. I'm gonna be thankful. I'm gonna pray over it, but it's not. Uh, First of all, in order to sacrifice unto the Most High, it's got to be the best lamb, not the lamb that you done got at the store that you done picked over. No, you gotta slaughter the lamb. It's got to be the best of what you have, or the best that you can purchase. Then it has to be an unblemished lamb, the best that you can purchase that's unblemished. Then you take that unblemished lamb. Then you bloodlet that lamb. That means that you kill it in a very humane manner and you let the blood let. It's in a deep and very long process. That's why the priest did not work. That's why the priest did not have a job. Because the process of slaughtering, understand that our priests were butchers. They were the best of any. All they did all day for the sins of all the 12 tribes was sacrifice was slaughter from birds to doves to rams to cows to oxes for the sins of the children. The Most High did away with those sacrifices. So we can't really do the sacrifice like we want, right? we can't really follow, because even if we did sacrifice the lamb, bloodletted, did all of that, looked at the moon, knew when it was the proper Passover, guess what we don't have? A temple, a place where the Most High would come and receive the offering. Without a temple, you can do the entire ritual, but you just acting. You know what I'm saying? You just going for your Oscar. So when we talk about doing the best that we can do, we're gonna get some lamb. We're gonna pray over it. We're gonna, wholeheartedly in our heart express our understanding of Passover, because the Most High reads that. He doesn't read your Instagram feed to know if you did a proper Passover with Seder and herbs and all of that. The Most High is not going to look at your timeline to see how pretty how color coordinated and pretty your Passover meal was, and how many people you got to come to your Passover meal, and what prayer you gave at your Passover meal. The Most High is not going to care about that. Not at all. He's going to know the whole way. Did you do this with a contrite heart, or did you do this with a heart trying to come back unto me? Did you do this with a heart of vanity, or did you do this as something that is truly in your heart? Verse 16, it says, uh, for thou desirest not sacrifices, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offerings. The sacrifices, again, verse 17, the sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit. So, what is unto the Most High a sacrifice? Oh, I pray that y'all about to, because we at the crux of it all right now, and why you should give praise in your time of turmoil. It says the sacrifice of Most High are broken spirits. What happens when your spirit is broken? Anyone? 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 Bueller? Bueller? Forrest Bueller? Ferris Bueller? Right? So when you're at your lowest because everything has gone wrong, you find yourself on your knees and you're crying out loud unto the Most High to save you. And at that moment, on your knees, your whole heart, every morsel of your being is in this contract with the Most High. You are willing to give and negotiate anything that the Most High wants when you are absolutely broken. When you see that man has turned their back on you, your woman has turned their back on you, your family has turned their back on you, society looks at you as a wretch. At your broken moment, you know that nobody is there for you. And the only person at that broken moment is you and your creator that you're calling out to. And the Most High says that is the sacrifice that he accepts in this day. Not your lamb, not your makeshift Passover table, not who you know, not who you linking up with, none of that. Most High in Jeremiah, the epistle of Jeremiah said, do not follow in the ways of those people. You want to have a sacrifice for the Most High, don't go to your family for Easter. Keep the Passover. Stand on this rock. See, that's a sacrifice, because the Most High knows you're going to be ridiculed. Isn't that what their Yasha said? That, call it a blessing, be of joy when they persecute you, because He was persecuted first, and you're doing it in the Most High's name. You're being persecuted for the Most High's word. That's right. I seen a building, Leanna, Linnea. I don't know how to pronounce that. Um, but so Miss Haynes, Miss Segura, all right. So when the Most High is saying to you that the only sacrifice that He is requiring of you in this day, in this hour, in this second, is your broken spirit. And in your broken spirit to give praise and joy unto Him because He has already answered the prayer that you are giving in your broken spirit. See, when you're in your broken spirit, and everybody has turned their back on you and the world has left you for dead, at that moment, the Most High can remove those people out of your lives that have been leeches upon you that you didn't realize, or that your heartstrings were so connected to that you couldn't cut them off, that you couldn't walk out the door. You couldn't pack your things and get moving because you didn't think that the Most High had something for you on the other side of that door. See, when the Most High says, I'm asking for a sacrifice, He doesn't care how good your butchery is. He doesn't care how pretty your table is. If your home is not on the foundation of His word, that you can't give joy in your time of sorrow, if you can't give joy when the world is feeding on foolishness, if you can't see past the lies of your government and of mankind, that you are not relying on them for your safety and for your peace. That's when the Most High is saying, you're making a real sacrifice to me. Because I know how major and encroaching the world is on you every day. Why? Because I sent you in that captivity. Oh, that's right. I sent you in that captivity because you could not follow me. So when this captivity breaks you, when this captivity breaks you, that's right. Y'all don't think y'all in captivity, right? I can't say the word captivity. Y'all not gonna make the connection that I'm trying to say. So let me use another word from captivity. Well, when the world breaks you, when the things that you're trying to achieve breaks you, when you realize what racism is, when you realize what the real meaning of a forked tongue is, when you realize that people are stabbing each other in the back just to get up a little bit, when when the world has shown you that you're at the mercy of it, that you're at the mercy of the government, you're at the mercy of your representatives and senates and the do nothing black caucus, when you see that you are at a place that no man can buy you, no bondman can buy you, when you know that your birth certificate is a bond and you realize the Father said in Deuteronomy 28 that you will be sold for bonds. Most High says, I put you in this captivity to break you. And then it comes back here in 51 and it says that the sacrifice of the Most High are your broken spirit. When you are broken from trying to be like the world, when you realize the world don't want you, when you realize the world don't love you, when you realize that the people around you have been sucking off of you, when you realize the people have been eating your energy, when you realize the people have been taking your kindness for weakness, when you realize that the people around you do not respect you more than they respect the dollar in their pocket, when you realize that the people around you don't respect you more than the dollars in their pocket, then you may connect the prophecy that the Father says in the last days, hearts will wax cold. And it says, the sacrifice of the Most High are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O Most High, thou will not despise. But in the end of it all, because the whole reason for it all is for you to come back unto him, the Most High said, I will not despise. That's why you never hear that the Most High is a vengeful God. He's a zealous. He's zealous for his law. He's zealous for the pillars that he have put in place. He's not jealous because he's not man. He doesn't have emotions like men and women. He is zealous, meaning that he is passionate about the law that he's put for his children. He's zealous about the prophecies that he's given his prophets. Proverbs, we're going to go to, let's go and read 18. Do good in thy good pleasure unto Zion. Build thy walls of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is us. We are the people. So we must build these walls by understanding and knowledge, which is wisdom from the Most High. Not from the world, but from the Most High. When you meditate upon his words, he will give you the answer. Yes, that's right. The Most High be your anchor. That's right. So we go to Proverbs chapter 31. We're dropping down to verse 26. And it says, she opened her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is the law of kindness. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. There is no kind law of Babylon. That's right. That's right. I don't know how should I pronounce Arjane, how I should pronounce your name, but that's absolutely correct, right? So the world will bring you up to a certain point and drop you. The world will tell you, let me explain it like this. The world will tell you that you have to cut corners to make it to the top. Those cutting corners can be anything from losing your dignity to your pride, to backstabbing, to cheating. See, cutting corners means not following and doing it the way the Most High says do it in righteousness. When they mean cut corners, they mean figure out another way to do it other than righteously. That's what the world does. And then when you get to that level of success, the world says, guess what? You're dirty just like us. And if you don't get dirtier, then we're going to drop you. That's when you see people get dropped from deals and dropped from situations because, or better yet, perfect example, Dave Chappelle, when somebody walks away from a whole bunch of money because they're like, whoa, whoa, I did cut some corners. I did play with my dignity a little bit, but you're going a little too far now. Let's go up to 24. She maketh fine linen and selleth it, and delivereth girdles unto the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and her tongue is of law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. I can say one thing about my rib: she ain't never idle. So when we're asking what the Most High and what, uh, yeah, we met as well. That's right. That's right. All praises. Um, so idleness, right? Wisdom is knowing that you are constantly moving towards the Most High. There is no idleness in that. Let's go to Daniel, right? Daniel 6. There's no idleness in that because idleness is what? The devil's workshop. You have a mission. The Most High, if you meditate, the Most High says, look, I'm going to give you what you got to do. Focus on that. Don't focus on the world. Don't let your mind be idle with the silliness, the foolishness of the world. Don't feed on that. I need you to feed on this task that I've given you because in the task that I've given you, there's going to be challenges. And I need you to be focused on me to overcome those challenges because if not, then you're going to resort to what the world taught you because the world indoctrinated you since you were in kindergarten. Since you were in kindergarten, you have been indoctrinated to have a certain attitude. Uh, Daniel chapter 6, verse 3, and it says, then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes because an excellent spirit was in him. Hmm. And the king thought to set him over the whole realm. My brother Yawan in the building. Now, see, Daniel was taken into captivity in Babylon. Like I said, it's hard for our people to realize that they're in captivity, even though America tells you that they colonized the United States. What do you think they colonized with? What do you think the word colonize means? That you are now taking over a land and the people that you bring in are your slaves. That means they are captives of you and you are the ruling power. Some say, well, I'm not a captive. I can leave America. I don't have to be an American citizen. That's interesting. Well, when you give up your passport, you have a certain amount of days that you have to leave America. Because see, you're not a citizen here, and if you're not represented by a nation, then you're an alien. That's an issue for America. They can do anything they want with you. You have no rights from any nation. You have no sovereignty that says you come from a people because everybody comes from a people that has a landmass. So a Jamaican will say, I'm no longer an American, but he is now claiming his citizenship to Jamaica. Cuban, South American, West African, Congolese, Angolan, Nigerian. See, you don't have a country to claim because your country and your bond is set to America. But America is a Judeo Christian white man's nation. So, as a melanated human being, this isn't where you're from. You're not from the United States. You may be from the landmass of America, but America is now under captivity of the United States. I mean, y'all may not have thought that far. So, as I'm getting you to understand that you are in captivity, that Daniel's attitude in his captivity into Babylon, the original, we are in the daughter of Babylon, but Daniel's attitude had him to be put over the entire realm of Babylon. See, for those people that don't understand what the Most High means by come out of her, they get so confused. It's like, how can I come out of the United States? I gotta pay taxes. That's this, that's it. See, when Daniel was taken from Jerusalem, Jerusalem was no longer a land. Jerusalem was no longer a place that Daniel all the 12 tribes could now claim because it was under new rulership. So Daniel could not give in his birth certificate or his passport of being a Babylonian and say that he was now Jerusalem, because there is no Jerusalem. I want y'all to really understand what's going on. I'm breaking it down slow so that y'all can really get the position that Daniel in and understand that you're in the same position as Daniel. And the only difference between Daniel and you is the attitude. Daniel's in Babylon. His attitude got him to be over the whole realm. Daniel started by his attitude being in the world but not of the world. His first action was he asked for a different diet. Could him and the rest of his royal class that had been taken from Yehuda, the royal class from the house of David, he asked, can we change our diet? That was his attitude. His attitude was, I am going to stay sovereign in what I do no matter where I am. I'm not going to eat the food that is blessed by my capture, by their false god. We want fruit that was grown from the earth. Give us vegetables and fruit. His attitude stood out. He stood out because of his attitude, because he would not do what the world was doing while he was in the world. I'm talking to y'all about attitudes. Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes. He was not of their kind. He was not of their ilk. He was not of their bloodline. But yet he was preferred above presidents and princes because an excellent spirit was in him. And then we read the verse before in Proverbs when the Most High said that he loves a broken spirit, a contrite spirit, right? He loves that spirit because now you are giving it all unto him. And now he can use you. Now he can use you. Now he can use you. Because your attitude is in order. The Most High is not going to run after you. You're going to have to get your own attitude in order. You're going to have to read, seek him, know his 10 commandments. Just start living your life off the 10 commandments, man. The Sabbath. Love the Most High. Have no other God besides him. Don't cheat on your wife. Don't cheat on your husband. Don't envy what your brother and your neighbor have. Don't spread any gossip around about anybody that you can't verify. Don't vouch for nothing in this world. Don't kill anyone. Don't steal from anyone. Treat your brothers and your sisters righteously. And as it said, if you can't get the 10 commandments, love the Most High, love your neighbor, and love your neighbor as you love the Most High and yourself. In this world of immediate gratification and narcissism, you should be able to understand that very simple aspect of treating others as you want to be treated. Let's just read. It pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom, and over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give accounts unto him, and the king should have no damage. Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm. Now, I want y'all to understand that because a lot of people will use this as a reason for them to be in politics. Let's just go there. Let's just deal with the elephant in the room. Daniel ain't run for no damn office. 1. 2, Daniel was making the best of his situation. 3, Daniel did not work for the king to help oppress his people. Daniel, which in form of fashion still does, but in Daniel, he was checking the thieves of the princes that the king had put out. See, they were all stealing from the king. The reason why these presidents and princes, they threw Daniel into the lion's den, because he was showing the king, Darius, that his boys was cheating on him. Because see, a Hebrew is going to be righteous in no matter what situation he's in. His attitude, her attitude is of righteousness. So when Daniel is letting the king know, look, first of all, I don't get down with the broads, so y'all can't bribe me with the broads. 2, I don't envy what none of y'all got. I don't want none of the meat. I don't want none of the steaks. I don't want nothing that you got that you praying unto your creator. If I don't want nothing from your world, then you can't blackmail me with nothing in your world. You can't tempt me with nothing of your world. When I accept that I only want the things of the Most High, when I find joy and delight in the things that the Most High provides me, no matter how little it is, no matter how large it is, no matter how clean it is, no matter how unclean it is, whatever the Most High provides for me, I find joy in that. Then the world cannot move me. The world cannot bribe me. And they said, verse 4, then the president and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom. But they could find no occasion nor fault, for as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error of thought found in him. Let's go to Jeremiah 7. I'm going to let y'all out of here for the night. All right? Because it's about our attitude. Our attitude dictates everything. Our attitude dictates if we're going to be joyful. Our attitude dictates if we're going to be mean. Our attitude dictates if we're going to be sad. Our attitude dictates if we're going to be selfish, or we're going to be giving, or we're going to be open-minded or closed-minded. Our attitude about things. Because see, your attitude is your state of being. Oh, you get it? Your attitude is your state of being, your emotion, your atmosphere, your aura, as they say, right? Your attitude is your present mood. If that attitude is delightful and thankful of what the Most High has given, if that being, that aura, is giving praise and thanks unto the Creator for the little sandwich that it has to eat, or the little bit of water that it has to drink, or a little bit of patch of land that the Most High gave them, or the little bit of talent that the Most High gave them, that they are crafting into something that's going to feed them and their families. Remember, everything grows from a mustard seed. Mustard seed is the smallest seed, and a tree grows from the smallest seed. Your work, your aura can affect the entire world. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Simon Toko, Gandhi, he was a racist, but you know what I mean. That there are people that have an inner attitude, an inner spirit, an inner joy that moves crowds, that moves people. But more importantly, for the Most High and our duty, He just wants us to have the right attitude. So that like when my brother Adon called me with his testimony today, that the right attitude that he had allowed him to have an in-depth conversation where he and that person can go deeper than defending or discrediting information, but actually having a conversation where both are bringing what they have and both are open to hear. That's what moves the envelope. That's what moves the knowledge. That's where wisdom is cultivated. When your attitude is right, when your spirit is in the order of the Most High. Jeremiah 7:1, it says, the word came to Jeremiah from the Most High, saying, stand in the gate of the house of the Most High's house and proclaim there this word and say, hear the word of the Most High, and all you of Judah, Yahudah, that enter in at these gates to worship the Most High. Thus said the Most High of hosts. So right now we're letting you know that this is a warlike type announcement because the Most High is giving his title as the leader of the army. So Jeremiah 70 says, verse 3, thus says the Most High of hosts and the creator of Yasharallah, amend your ways and your doings, and I will cause you to dwell in this place. So understand that Jeremiah is the one that's telling them that this prophecy is coming, that Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar is coming. He's before Daniel. He's prophesying of the captivity that Daniel would be giving us his book of being inside of, right? His testimony of being inside of. And it says, trust you not in the lying words, saying the temple of the Most High, the temple of the Most High, the temple of the Most High are these. I start off the show by saying you can't do a sacrifice because you have no temple. And Jeremiah is saying none of these places that they are going to call a church, a synagogue, a temple is, oh, I almost had you, boy, is the actual temple of the Most High. Oh, I got you, pimping. Excuse me, y'all. But so y'all can laugh at that. But the Most High is saying, as you go into these captivities, to these Babylons, ain't none of these churches my church, ain't none of these places my dwelling place. It says, verse 5, for if you thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if you thoroughly execute judgment between man and his neighbor, that means tell the truth and don't be afraid. If you oppress not the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, and shed not innocent blood. The Most High didn't say nothing about shedding blood, though. He was very specific about innocent blood. You know, they give you all that turn the cheek in other places. I want y'all to be clear on what the Most High is saying. I don't want you to shed no innocent blood. Shed not innocent blood in this place, neither walk after other gods to do what? To hurt you. The Most High said, them other gods can't do me nothing. I don't want y'all to walk in these other gods because you're going to hurt yourself, baby. You know, like, come on, boo-boo. Don't stick the fork in the plug. Don't do it, boo-boo. It's not going to come out good for you. Right? So it says, then will I cause you to dwell in this place. He's saying in the place of captivity, in the land that I gave your fathers. That's because he was talking about Jerusalem. I gave your fathers forever and ever. Behold, you trust in lying words that cannot profit. Will you steal, murder, commit adultery, swear falsely, burn incense unto Baal, and walk after other gods whom you know not? The Most High is telling for all of Babylon, this is what we do every day. So when I'm telling you about the attitude, your attitude should not be that I'm trying to follow this world. Your attitude should not be that this world has broken me. If it is, then you should be rejoicing because that's where the Most High is going to catch you. And at that point, the world can't ever hurt you again if you turn to the Most High. If you keep focused and you, as Jeremiah is saying, I mean, don't swear falsely, no gossiping, don't cheat on your wife or your husband, commit adultery, don't murder nobody, don't steal. He said, and now remember that murder is innocent blood. And see, that's how they switched it in Christianity. They told you turn the other cheek. The Most High says, turn the other cheek to your brother that is following the Ten Commandments, that have slipped and done up error and sinned against you. He's not saying somebody's trying to put you in chains. He didn't say don't try and work them. No, he ain't say that. Mm-mm. You can't show it to me no place. Mm-mm. When the Most High sent them into captivity, Jeremiah told them that once you're in captivity, because it's gonna happen to you, you can do, y'all keep on doing this. What he's telling right here. If you don't stop your ways, then you're gonna be in this captivity and you're gonna follow and do the same things as them, which they did. So the Most High told them, bow down to Darius, because this is the captivity that I put upon you. Don't look at Darius, don't look at Babylon, look at me. I'm the one that put you in this. But they missed it then, and we miss it now. And it says, and come and stand before me in this house, which is called by my name, and say, we are delivered to do all these abominations. In this house, which I called by my name, become a den of robbers in your eyes? Behold, even I have seen it, says the Most High. But you go, he said, but go you now unto my place, which was in Shiloh, where I set my name at the first. Oh, so now the Most High said that even the temple that I allowed Solomon to build ain't the first place that I said what's up and I spoke to y'all. It says go to Shaol, Shiloh, yeah. Shaul is the hell, but Shiloh, yeah, so Shiloh. He says, but go you now unto my place, which was in Shiloh, where I set my name at the first, and see what I did to it for the wickedness of my people, Yasharallah. And now, it says, and now, or rather, yeah, and now, because you have done all these works, says the Most High, and I spake unto you, rising up early and speaking, but yet heard not, and I called you, but you answered not. Therefore will I do unto this house, which, and they're supposed to say, rising up the prophets early and speaking. In this version, they don't have the prophets, but it says, rising up the prophets early and speaking, but you heard not. And I called you, but you answered not. Therefore will I do unto this which is called by my name, wherein you trust, and unto the place which I gave to you and to your fathers, as I have done in Shaul. And I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim. This is Jeremiah talking for the Most High to Judah and Benjamin. And Ephraim is all the northern tribe that was taken into captivity in Syria, which is why you have the Ashkenazis and Tubal and Meshach in Jerusalem now, because when those tribes were taken out, the captivity, the capture, Assyria seeded, brought their people, the dramatic Gomar, Tubal, Meshach, Togarmah, put them all into Jerusalem in the place where Ephraim was. And the Most High says, look, the same thing is going to happen to you. And it did. Therefore, pray not thou for this place. And that's what I'm telling y'all tonight. Don't pray for this Babylon. It says, therefore, pray not thou for this place, for these people, I'm sorry. Therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercessions to me, for I will not hear thee. The Most High said, look, I sent you into captivity for your bad behavior. Don't cry to me about your cousin Harold. Don't talk to me about Aunt Susie. Don't try to pray and intercede for them because they did what they wanted to do. They did all this is why they are where they are. You need to get yourself together. The Most High told Ezra when Ezra was leading everybody, all the tribes, everybody was coming back together, and Ezra was pleading unto the Most High for Yasharala. He said, Father, we are all straight now. We are all following you. You sent us through all of their captivity. We now out. We ready to rebuild the temple. Father, we ready. And the Most High said, Ezra, you keep talking to me about Yasharala. Do you love them more than you love me? Everything you saying is about the people. You intercede and intercede and intercede for the people. I'm talking directly to you. I got angels speaking to you. You in my company, and you keep talking about them. Oh, some of y'all might not get that, man. Some of y'all might not get that. Oh, that's Jeremiah for the turn the other cheek. With death, murder, innocent murder. That one is the we just came. Yeah, that was in innocent blood. Thou shalt not shed innocent blood. I think that was in the Proverbs before. Oh no, that was in Daniel. It was either Daniel 6:3 or that was Proverbs 31. Either one. And so it says, therefore, pray not for these people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Yehuda and the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the queen of heaven. Y'all may know it as Diana. Y'all may know it as Isis. Yeah, from your Egyptian. Y'all may know as Asherah, the wife of Baal, who they call their God. So they say that she's the queen of heaven. They making cakes for this broad. The Most High says the level of disrespect that you have and that you've done, and you want me, your people over there praying to Jesus, your people over there praying to Muhammad, your people over there praying to Zoroastrian, your people over there praying to Buddha, and you want me to listen to your interceding prayers for the hell and damnation I'm bringing them for the disrespect because I'm zealous about the fact that I created all of this and I've been turning a blind eye to your idolatry, to your false god worship, to your iniquity, to every rationale prayer that you gave me about every material thing that you wanted from this earth instead of asking for me to come down and bring judgment. Oh, your prayers is about everything you can get from this world, but it ain't ever about the Most High bring your judgment. You can't pray that because you don't know what this judgment is. You don't want to pray that because you're afraid that you might be judged in it. And you don't want to find out if your actions are of the Most High or not. You don't want to do that much work. That ain't what you're trying to do. You're trying to give up a little prayer and go to sleep and try and do better the next day because that's what they told you could do. That they can just sweep everything under the rug until you go to jail for something, until you get fired for something, until you lose your family for something. And then you don't even give it to the Most High, then that the Most High is checking you for your iniquity. You think that the world hates you and that the people don't understand you because it's all about you and your narcissism. Most High says, you don't see what they do in the streets of the hood. You don't see what they doing in the New Orleans. You don't see what they doing in California. You don't see what they doing in New York. You don't see what they doing in D.C. You want to pray? You want me to not bring forth my wrath to these people, to these devilish people? That all they want to do is hurt you and suck all the money out of you through taxes, through violations, through they're making cakes. They're praying for other gods inside of the temple that they put the Most High's name on. They prayed unto Tubal Cain. It says, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods that they may provoke me to anger? Do they provoke me to anger, said the Most High? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? Do y'all know how many times people are confused every day? Do you know how many times people are confused about their life, confused about their job, confused about how they got there, confused about their partner, confused about their children, confused about their parents, confused about this world in general? The Most High is telling you right there in Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 19. I see you in the building, Big Chief. People follow these false gods, these false idols. They follow, as Big Chief said, these pale faces, and they have no concept of what the Most High is saying. That you are disrespecting your creator. He said, don't make no images of me. Don't follow no image of no child that y'all sent. I didn't just send you the one that, as Hebrews know as Yasha, which y'all call Jesus. I didn't send you just one. I sent you Ezekiel. I sent you Jeremiah. I sent you Samuel. I sent you Ezra. I sent you prophet after prophet after prophet. But yet you want to pray to me about your cousin that's praying to a white Jesus, and you want me to intercede that. You want me to intercede the fact that they're praying to a Muhammad that was redhead, that came from the Huns. Do your homework. Most High said, you don't praise nothing as a God. Nothing as a God. No rock, no tree, no bird, no wolf, no animal, no nothing. There is one creator. And he said, you don't know my face. You can't even stand before me. As a matter of fact, I created the sun. I can stand in front of the sun. Can you stand in front of the sun? Can you? No, you cannot. So get out your feelings. I see in the building, Ashley. Get out your feelings about what you think your God should be. Because you got no concept of what your creator is. Not one. The Most High says, you don't see what they're doing in these streets. You don't see how they disrespecting anything that is righteous, anything that is good. You can't find a politician that has done good. You've seen them do efforts. What have they done to complete? You see the top politicians do nothing but bring you to war and take more money from you. You've seen no politician do a thing. You have a congressional black caucus that has done nothing for you. Gave you different districts, gave you more people to vote, gave you more numbers on your voting. What is that? How did your congressional black caucus allow the Asians to get more reparations? How did your congressional black caucus allow the Japanese to get reparations, then come back and ask for more? How did your congressional black caucus allow the LGBT to get your rights and not say nothing? The Most High say, you don't see what they doing? You don't see that it's provoking me to anger? Oh, I'm the soft cutty pink guy. That's what I am. I'm the one that gives everybody 5 million chances, right? I'm the one that says you just gotta have my testimony and you can get on in. Nah, that ain't what it is. That, that that's not what it is at all. That's not how none of this works. He says, do they not provoke themselves to confusion? Do they not provoke themselves to confusion, to their own faces? Therefore, thus says the Most High, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, and upon man, and upon beast, and upon trees, and upon field, and upon fruit of the ground, and it shall burn, and it shall not be quenched. Thus says the Most High of the army, the Most High of Israel, of Yasharallah. Put your burnt offerings unto your sacrifices and eat flesh. Ooh. Put your burnt offerings unto your sacrifices and eat flesh. For I spake not unto your fathers, nor commanded them in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt concerning burnt offerings and sacrifices. So I didn't ask for none of that. But this thing I commanded them, saying, Obey my voice, and I will be your creator, and you shall be my people, and walk you in all the way that I have commanded you, that it may be well unto you. That's it. Miss me with all the pomp and circumstances. Miss me with all of the titles and whatnot. The Most High says, I'm talking to everybody individually. Can you not see that I be upset at the way that this world is? If you created this world and they totally didn't acknowledge you, didn't respect you, didn't understand that they had to come back and see you at the end. But not only that, they said somebody else was the person that was going to do your job. I don't know. I don't know what woman wants her husband to walk in and say, look here, I got this other broad that's going to come in and cook dinner tonight, and she going to be my wife tonight, and, I'll holler at you tomorrow. Oh, no, you don't need to know her name. Now, you can go do whatever you need to do, but, I got a substitute wife tonight. I don't know no dude that's going to accept his wife saying, look, I met a boy at the grocery store. He going to be my husband tonight. You just come back tomorrow. I know you probably got some friends. You can go ahead and do something, go play ball or something, whatever you do. You as a human being couldn't take that disrespect. Why would you think your creator would? Oh, because they gave you the gospels, the good news. Oh, they gave you the gospels. Told you as long as you had a testimony, you was all good. Told you all you needed was to know the bouncer at the door, huh? Say, bro, just go to the bouncer, give him an extra 100. He don't let you in. You think that's how this works? You think the testimony of somebody else standing up for the Most High is going to get you in the door? You think that you can go to the bouncer and say, my boy is performing tonight, let me in, I grew up with him? My brother Adon, security. Adon, somebody walk up to you and say, yeah, man, the DJ performing tonight, man. We went to elementary school together. We like family. Let me in. No, I ain't paying. No, that's my people. You're not getting in. You're not getting in. So understand that the only testimony that you need in this hour is your joy. The only testimony you need in this hour is your delight in the Most High's law and what He has provided for you. That is what He requires as a sacrifice, and that is what He will reward. He requires it, and He says that it's for our own good, not for anybody else's own good. He said, if you follow my laws and commandments, these are for you to be successful on this earth. It's for you to not have drama in your life. It's for you to not get caught up in this world. And the Most High loved us so much that He gave us choice. A lion don't have the choice to walk upright one day. We got the choice to go and walk on all fours if we want to. We got the choice to act like an animal, be an animal. We got the choice to hop back and be human again. Animals don't have that choice. The sun and the moon don't have the choice to come out to work if they want to. They do as the Most High says. They delight in the work that the Most High has for them. Most High said when He brought us out of Egypt, He says, I didn't give them all these sacrifices and all these things to do. I told them, follow my voice. It was y'all that acted up, that we had to put some order in place. Most High didn't want to give us a king. We ask for a king. Most High said, I am everything for you. But you keep on wanting to be like the world. Think about that when you think about your attitude. When you allow the world to change your attitude towards your brothers, your loved ones, your family. Think about your attitude when you view this world. Think about your attitude when you talk to others. Think about your attitude when you're being an ambassador for the Most High. Think about your attitude when it comes to what you have in this world and what you want to achieve in this world. And I pray that your attitude is aligned with the Most High's desire for you. That's to give him your contrite heart, to give him your broken heart, to give him your sacrifices of standing on his word and having the world look at you like you're crazy because the world doesn't understand righteousness. They only are going to support you when that righteousness puts you in that house that's on the hill that nobody can hide. That's the only time they give you pats on the back. During the process, building the house, like Noah when he was building the ark, ain't nobody going to give you props. But when that water hit, and you got that ark, Ashley, everybody love you then. That's what I want for y'all. I want y'all to have that ark ready when the flood comes because the flood is coming. Oh, iniquity, the flood of iniquity, the breaking down of these nations. Oh, it's coming. With that said, that's our show for tonight. All praises to the Most High, man. Your attitude, check your attitude. Have your attitude be aligned with the Most High. And what is that? That you know the Most High is doing all these things. That you are not fearful and that you don't feed on foolishness. That's your attitude. Your attitude is that the Most High got it. I'm going to bring it to him every time. And I'm going to have joy and delight in his law and the things that he provides for me. That's the attitude. That attitude there will have your spirit in order to receive everything, to be the blessing and to receive the blessing. With that said, man, all praise to the Most High. See you guys on Shabbat Friday night, man. Shalom. So I gotta turn off about 4 or 5 different mechanisms. So y'all know how that goes. I'm gonna hit this one with the be right back, well, ending, because that's what Ty made one for me that said it live is ending. And on our Instagram, Shalom. Yeah. And then Ashley will be last. Yes, Ashley, you last. Be shalom. Tell your husband I gotta get with